realize it don't matter, it's talk. Indecision, back mind, don't listen. Front mind can't get what is this. Off of the birds and they go high, so we go too. Alright, y'all. So this video is because my boy, well, no, actually, no, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. So the first video today was to pop the balloon. What's up, Amos? The first video today was to pop the balloon. That was for my boy's wife. The second video, this is not the second one, this is the third one. I'm just recording this one first. Y'all don't care. This one is for me, okay? And this is because there's a two-part to this one. There's this one, which is why Lil Wayne officially hates Drake. And there's the one after this, which is what did it do? What was the title? Like, why Lil Wayne is never gonna fall off or something like that. And the first thing my boy told me was, who the fuck ever said he was gonna fall off? Wayne ain't going nowhere, bro. And the crazy part is that I don't know why more people don't think this, but I feel like Wayne should be in top 5. Wayne should be in a Rushmore. The man is a lyricist through and through, disgusting, can cross into different genres, whatever you could think of, okay? If I remember correctly, it takes him 7 weeks to write a verse. Cold. It's either a verse or a bar. Cold. Does not write down music. I gotta write my shit. Cold. Freestyles, stops it, goes back. I actually just tried it on this new song. I'm trying to see how that shit fly. But absolutely fire. I don't know if it's what he's read or his actual, like, just the way his mind works, but his collection of words and the way he can put them together are straight fire. Always been fire. So I'm gonna do this one first and then do the second half, because this one, the reason I'm bringing up this one is because on, I think it's called Saturday Morning with Cordae. Cordae, good artist too, and he from the city. He was saying the second half about it was the bar about the Teddy Graham, which he probably gonna bring up in here. But thought the bar was fire. I kept telling my boys that that's about Drake. They was like, nah, it's not. I'm interested to see if I was right or wrong. I'm interested to see if this person's viewpoint is similar to mine. To be for real, and this is not me saying it because like I have some sort of disdain for Drake. Just to be clear, I like old Drake. I like old Drake for a reason. I like people who are more authentic with their styles. I know Drake from Degrassi. I don't know Gangsta Drake. I don't know Shooter Drake. I don't know Killer Drake. So none of that really pertains to stuff that I enjoy when I listen to my music. I listen for authenticity. Beats always important. Lyrics always important. So old Drake was always fire. It was just more what he was. You know what I mean? We're going to jump into it. See what's cracking.
And confusion about where Drake currently stands with the man who signed him and helped mold him into the dominant musical force that he became in Lil Wayne. Following a period where we of course saw so many rappers in the game take a clear stance against Drake, but couldn't figure out where Wayne stood within all of this because of his complicated position in everything, we have finally been able to uncover where Wayne stands in this feud once and for all, which when we finally put together everything he has done since the height of the Kendrick and Drake beef. Despite rumors and moments that have tried to push the narrative that Wayne is still on Drake's side, with multiple moments that all led to his most loud, shocking, and effective statement about this entire situation yet, we can now see that even the rapper who brought Drake into stardom in the first place now has beef with him, because with almost every single song Wayne has dropped since the beef, and with almost every single moment he has been a part of, while Wayne has not made a loud statement that has outwardly shaken the very tides of the rap world like other MCs have, Wayne has left all of the pieces together for us to figure out that there is some sort of serious problem between him and Drake. But now the greater question that needs to be asked about all of this is, why exactly have things went sour between Wade and Drake at this point in time, considering their over decade-long relationship? And while this is a massive question to answer that has genre-altering implications, when we look at all the hints Lil Wayne has left us about his current disdain for Drake, we can begin to piece together why this once iconic brotherhood in hip-hop is no more. And now the first moment we have to look at is the feature Wayne dropped off on Cordae's track Saturday Morning, as on this fantastic verse from Wayne, which absolutely stole the show in a fashion that only few features were able to top this year with their lyrical firepower. On this verse filled with classic Wayne quotables, amongst many other punchlines, he delivered a few bars that turned a lot of heads, which said, "I'm a goat, you a sacrificial lamb, you a teddy bear, you a Teddy Graham." And now with these bars, What Wayne seems to be doing here is making a feint, but if you are paying attention and understand the context of everything, a noticeable shot to Drake where Wayne is putting himself above Drake first off and the drama that he is in right now, and then is going on to say that while he is the GOAT, Drake is being sacrificed to the rap game, and now as Wayne goes on to call whoever this bar is about a Teddy Graham, and Drake's real name is of course Aubrey Graham. This is the first lyric that is telling us that something between these two is off on some level. Because in this moment in time where Drake is under so much scrutiny, why would Wayne even allude to something like this that could be perceived as a diss towards Drake? And now, while this one moment would not necessarily be enough on its own to send the rap world into shock over the fact that Drake and Wayne are beefing, building on this, just as this song was beginning to go viral and people were questioning if Wayne dissed Drake, Wayne almost seemed to quietly double down on what he said by then coming out and releasing another song a few days after this with DJ Premier, Big Sean, and Rick Ross. And now out of all of these names on this track, the fact that Wayne is standing alongside somebody like Rick Ross, who is somebody whose beef with Drake has escalated beyond even music, and has went into the physical realm considering what happened last time Ross was in Toronto. This is all showing that this isn't just a case of Wayne appearing to be on a song with another rapper who happens to have a problem with Drake by chance, but that he is here and standing by Ross still because he is not on good terms with Drake himself either. And now between these initial musical moments which show Wayne sneak dissing Drake and appearing alongside one of his biggest rivals, and then other details that only seem to support this idea, such as that Drake and Wayne were not seen together once at major public functions they were both in attendance at, like Michael Rubin's White Party. And then on top of this, other things like Not Like Us playing during a Lil Wayne concert before he came out, and then Lil Wayne chanting They Not Like Us while performing the motto at a club, which while even I thought was supporting Drake at first, now in conjunction with all of this, seems to show Wayne to almost be mocking Drake and making so many passive moves at dissing him. And now on top of all of this, most recently, and making all of these pieces from features to the subtle jabs all appear as clear and targeted attacks, Wayne has had another feature release on Mike Will Made Its track Higher, and now while this song also features Drake's good friend Lil Yachty, as Yachty also appeared on Mustard's album, who is of course the producer of Not Like Us, we have seen that he is really a non-factor and does not care about what songs he appears on, as long as he is getting a check. But now what's significant here, and is really serving as the most telling piece to this complicated situation so far, is that in the music video for this song, we see Lil Wayne wearing multiple chains, and at that, not just any chain, but none other than The Weeknd's label XO's chain. And as The Weeknd came out on social media to support Wayne and show love for him supporting him and his crew, which also just by doing this was definitely The Weeknd trying to poke Drake a little more, this piece of jewelry that Wayne was showing off in the music video garnered even more attention. And now what's so serious about this is that really, even more than Top Dawg Entertainment and Kendrick Lamar in a lot of ways, Drake's beef with The Weeknd and his XO crew is even more serious, as because Drake and The Weeknd are from the same city, they have been beefing on the same turf and are involved even more in the same circles than Drake and Kendrick could ever be. And now with all of these moments, which if you take away anything from, at the bottom line, if we are not even trying to look further into his lyrics or into his actions, are just showing Wayne show support for The Weeknd, Rick Ross, and Kendrick Lamar, who are of course some of Drake's biggest rivals. At this moment in time where Drake has never needed more help from other artists, especially somebody who actually can rap like Lil Wayne, Wayne has been nowhere to be found when it comes to supporting his corner, and instead, he hasn't just been passive or in hiding. He has been standing on the other side of things and doing work and showing love to the artists who have teared up Drake's image like we have never seen. So with all of this, we are now witnessing firsthand from what has been put out that Lil Wayne is not on Drake's side, and that he has been making a quiet effort to help echo the same hatred that so much of the industry has for him. But as Drake and Wayne have been close for so long, the greater question that all of this still leaves is why would Wayne be doing all of this in the first place? And now I don't think anyone aside from them would actually be able to answer this question in full detail. What we do know for a fact is that what Kendrick Lamar said about Drake stealing Wayne's girl while he was away is a true thing that did happen. And while I am sure with this happening over a decade ago, for somebody like Wayne, it would take more than just this one thing to set this all off. Kendrick bringing this back to light definitely added some more fuel to whatever is already brewing, but beyond just this, the only other answers we can draw up is that what Kendrick said on Not Like Us is just scratching the surface of their personal issues, and now as it seems like Nicki Minaj and Drake's relationship is also somewhat disrupted because of the way Drake so freely hops on songs with female rappers that Nicki does not like, maybe Wayne is sticking with Nicki and riding with who he really feels like represents Young Money and everything they built. But regardless of this as it stands right now, And whether all of this is because of some sort of industry drama or it's because of personal differences, we know for sure that Lil Wayne has turned on Drake as he has been quietly showing his support for all of these other artists. And as Wayne is going out of his way to support some of the artists Drake has some super horrible tensions with, like The Weeknd, it's clear that he has never wanted to stand further away from Drake, because in this time where association in the rap game is so pivotal and telling to where everyone stands, because of course, if we have seen, Drake has absolutely lost it when anybody has shown any sort of respect for his rivals, even outside of the rap world with people like LeBron James. Lil Wayne has definitely offended Drake in this way, and has been trying to, and while this feud has not blown over yet, and maybe Drake does not want it to in full because he is scared of messing with a rapper who he directly knows how great he is, Wayne seems to be getting more active with features this year right now. Maybe his future verses will reveal more about how he feels, but as it stands,
I ain't gonna lie. There's a few people, like, I feel like Drake and his camp and his people can, like, definitely body. He already has the star power, so all comes after that is the lyrics. But there's a few people that he can body. Lil Wayne is not one of them, bro. Lil Wayne is not one of them. And the crazy part about it is, this is like something similar. Like, the problem with people like Kendrick, I don't care what nobody say, I'ma still put Cole in that echelon too. But number one, Wayne, he can do what the fuck he wants in the rap game, and it ain't much you could do against him. The man is disgusting, and the crazy part is like, let's say this is absolute hypothetical, right? Like, let's say somebody dissed Wayne. And this wasn't this was a diss that like it was a blatant shot. Everybody knows Wayne by now, right? Everybody knows that Wayne, like, he don't get in no beef. He kind of just stay out the way. Like, cause he don't have a reason to, right? Let's say somebody dissed him and it was a blatant diss. If you don't know, Lil Wayne takes time before he makes his songs. Think about how long it takes him 7 weeks to write one verse, which makes sense why he does a lot of features, because if it takes him a really long time and he already got that particular song playing, listening to the beat, formulating the lyrics, putting it all together, all that's for something where he's not taking a direct shot at you. Think about what it would be for him, and me and my boys, we talked about this. I told them I want to see somebody try to touch Wayne, because the funny part is that if he takes that long for a verse not directed to anyone and just showing his lyrical prowess, think about how his prowess would come out if he actually directing at somebody, like aiming to fire, like to bury somebody. It's gonna be a completely different type of Wayne, and I ain't gonna lie, I want to see it before I die, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I go, that'd be something that I would like to check off my bucket list. I feel like Cole the same way, cause the thing that people don't think about, right, is like Mike Delete Later was, I haven't even listened to the whole thing yet, cause I got stuck in the middle of the beef and I kind of lost. I kind of went on a tangent, right? But 7 Minute Drill, it was directed at Kendrick, extremely direct, which is what I appreciated about. Like, I like the fact that, like, lyrical prowess aside, like, if you got a problem, he went straight forward. Cole went straight forward. Because of everything he put in that song, I could see Cole having a beef with somebody. Like, he's done things to, like, he's done verses and done lines to put people kind of out the way, or to kind of future tale. I can't remember if it was Lil Pump or Lil Sheep. I don't know them youngins. Lil Peep. I don't remember which one. But like those type, like, he does that really well. He went head up with Kendrick. I felt like that was how that needed to. I honestly feel like they just need to go battle for battle. They need to go either freestyle for freestyle. They need to go album for album, or what I told my friends was they need to make an album together and it just be back and forth and just get all of the shit out the way, because that would be fire. That'd be good for the culture. That'd be good for music, and they could just go back to, you know, being fire how they being fire. Like, that'd be cool. I feel like J. Cole is one of those people you can't really come into that particular space with either. And Kendrick is my number 3 person for that. Yeah, I feel like you can't really come in. It's not that his star power is so immense, even though it is. That's not the primary reason. I think the primary reason with Kendrick is the fact that he's rap's phantom. He can disappear and reappear when he wants, and his reappearance is always stronger than him staying and sticking around. That's the best thing about him. He could disappear. He'll make a project, or he'll make a series of projects, features, albums, EPs, whatever the case may be, unreleased tracks. You'll start to hear them. They'll go in flux, and he can disappear. But when he returns, everybody knows what's coming when he returns. Everybody knows. Ain't gonna lie. Not Like Us had a ridiculous turnout. To be able to go to do your own concert and do the same song verbatim 6 times. What was it? I think it was between like 5 and 7. I think it was 6. But 6 times. And you had the opportunity to use that platform to unite warring streets, warring peoples. Too much for the culture. It's too much at one time. He can't leave from that particular, like, that's what he'll be known. That's one of the things he'll be known for. Bars, lyrics, songs, we can recite them verbatim, right? But when it comes to that particular aspect, 6 times in one concert, everybody kept the same energy. Nobody felt like winded out or burnt out over the song or none of that shit. Everybody was still up. And then on top of that, combining warring states, or I'm gonna call them warring states, but warring streets, warring peoples, right? The fact that we don't even need war within our people is something that's big right there. That already puts him at a certain type of echelon. That's his pocket. That's now his place. That's where it puts him. Wayne has been known to be destructive with lyrics that don't pertain to other people. So if you thinking about him not pertaining to other people, and then you put him in a pocket where he gotta then focus on somebody, like laser focus on a motherfucker, body. I'm calling it now. If it ever happens in this life, remember this video, I'm calling it body. There is nobody you could think of. Nobody now, nobody coming, and nobody from the past. I'm just saying. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that Drake had beef with The Weeknd. I don't really follow all this. This is my first time actually caring. I watched a video with his first beef. His first official beef wasn't even none of the people we think of. His first beef, I think, was Common. And Common's song for Drake was fine. That joke was alright too. I ain't never seen Common come out the pocket like that.
All we are left to do is wait and see.
That was good.
Who will be the first rapper to take this beef to the next level. And now, with all this said, let me know. What do you think about this entire situation, and why do you think Wayne really has turned fully against Drake? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you want to hear how, despite controversies like these, Drake is still going to be trying to diss Kendrick Lamar soon, check out the suggested video.
That man is not going to diss that man. I think he will with that one. He definitely lied about that. He's not gonna. He can't, bro. He can't. If Drake comes back, with another diss, it doesn't matter what. That's the crazy part. It's not gonna matter what he gonna say. It's not gonna change anything. That's what I just said. Kendrick's in his pocket. He's in his particular bracket. He's at the top of that bracket for doing something that nobody else could do. It's gonna stay that way. It's not gonna change. It's not gonna change. It doesn't matter what he does. I'm sorry. It's not gonna alter what's currently going on. What's gonna stay going on. I didn't know that. I must have skipped that line because I didn't know that Kendrick said that he hit Wayne Shawty. I don't think that beefing over Shawty is relevant, but if it's that plus the build up and the stuff with Nicki, I didn't know about that either. Like, she got beef with other female rappers, Drake featuring with them. I mean, if you think about it, like, he has no reason to do it for a check. So then your next consideration will have to be, why would he be doing something like that? Is it because she didn't like him the way that he wanted to be liked, or whatever the case is there? I mean, at the end of the day, celebrity or not, she's still a woman. she's gonna feel how she's gonna feel about other people. And then if you bang with her, if you on her side, you, I'm not saying you should allow her to mess up your money, but you should take her into consideration ahead of time, especially when they the youngins that brought you up. Like the only time I ever heard back then was Drake, was when I heard Wayne, Birdman, or Nicki. In that sense, I feel like I'm missing somebody, probably like Tiger or something. But like back then, the whole collective, that was the those were the like the Cerberus of the whole thing. Those were those were the three big dogs of a particular label. And like you can't turn on the people who helped make you. You know what I'm saying? Like even when he had lyrics back then, you know, vocals and all that stuff, you still can't turn on those people. I don't know why Wayne got beef with him. I'm interested to find out, and I'm kind of hot because I do like that Wayne is throwing him out there, but I know what he can do, and I know it's only if it ever becomes a thing. Ooh, I hope it becomes a thing so bad. But if it ever becomes a thing, body, I'm calling it. I'm just saying, bro, it's gonna be a body, and it's gonna be a nasty body too. Like the level of collected, the people who have swung at him so far, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like some people waited a little too long for it. Like Bino song was straight gas. That song was out of this world gas. First of all, second of all, I feel like if he produced that himself, even worse. That's even worse because he does make beats. Fire. And he's always been a great lyricist. He's always been a good lyricist and a very creative person. So like even to hear that This Is America was a diss, and that's like his song, like that, the first thing when you hear This Is America, that's the first thing you think of. That says a lot right there. I feel like everybody waited a little too long. Like once Kendrick was like, I'm gonna stab the knife in, I'm gonna turn it, and I'm gonna drop the body in the grave, everybody just was like, I'm throwing my dirt in. I'm throwing my dirt in. I'm throwing my dirt in. And for whatever reason, now it's like one of them things where like every diss track that come out, every bar that come out, every remembrance of a bar that comes out, it just keeps putting dirt on the pile. And he gonna be in a hole he can't climb out of. I personally don't think he need to be making too much rap. I never thought so. I've always thought he needs to just sing, like make melodic, you know, club music, and like sitting in the club drinking music, slow dancing with your shawty music, like just, you know what I'm saying, play to your strengths. I get it though, because if he noticed at a certain point he could get into another pocket and go into another genre, that's cool, but you also gotta pay attention to what it is you putting out. You gotta watch that shit. You can't just be putting out shit that doesn't pertain to you, like stuff you don't live. Selling drugs, shooting people, all that. You are never gonna hear that in my music because I can't chime in on that. People dying, life struggles, the black diaspora, I can talk about that. That's no problem. But like, you can't be pulling over in the stuff you ain't really supposed to be touching. That's not your particular build. So after a while, and I ain't gonna lie, it took a long ass time. But after that long period of time, when the mask start to come down, you start to see it over time. You start to see that person's actions don't match what they saying in their music or the authenticity behind what they talking about. It changes everything, bro. Because then people they don't just see you different, they hear you different. And hearing is another sense of like digestion. That's another that's another way you taste and you take shit in. You can't just be listening to everything and, you know what I'm saying, we know how you operate, and then you gonna rap about operating completely different from that particular operate. You can't do that. It's not right, bro. It's not that it's not right. It's just not gonna work out, as we can see now. As we get, youngin called him on it and pulled his card, and then the next thing you know, rug came out from underneath him. That's just, you know, that's the life of music. I think Coach Contra said it. I was listening to the song yesterday in my car, and they was like, if you're not talking about pain, or you if we don't hear the pain in your music, we ain't relating. And that's just the simplest way of putting it, for real.
Dying too much crying, too much. See the divine, not enough, not enough, not enough. Saying you fine, too much. Now what's on mine, too much. Get on your grind, not enough, not enough, not enough. Cause it take time, precision.